Satan is short-beaked. He blends in with the night, and he gives me the creeps. My wife calls him the Raven.
Are you finished cooing already?
That all adds up to a holiday, if you ask me.
Yeah, I get paid vacation and free travel. Sometimes he cuts his hair and dyes it.
What are you talking about now?
About him!
Still the same.
I've got a nut in my head. What are your symptoms?
Well, Bob wants to know whether the chap with the dyed hair has a moustache.
Is he a handsome fellow?
Rather. Pushy, if you ask me.
That's the beautiful people for you.
You can laugh all you want. You don't have to deal with him. Cut! Cut?
Yeah. Let's talk about the train, shall we? You are bringing us bad luck.
We wouldn't want that.
No, sir.
Bob, what are you doing?
Chatting to this gentleman about the train.
We don't see it much these days. I've got visitors pretty often, though. My head is all screwed up. That thing has me. I became it. It's not like before. It came through even less before.
Even less.
Even less than that?
I definitely heard it came through even less than that.
It came through even less than once a year?
To sum it up, before the train came through once a year, how often did the train come through?
Well, first it came through once every 5 years, and then once every 10 years, if I know how to count. But that works out perfectly. 10 fingers, 10 years. We weren't really in a hurry. Back then, I didn't eat hobnobs.
When did it first begin? I mean,
When we switched to once every 5 years, my head started to capsize like a steamboat in a gale. And now it's once every year. Every year we do this train in the tunnel thing again. I'm keeled over!
Have you spoken to the union about it?
I'm not in the union.
Didn't get a card?
No, we had to pay a subscription. Wasn't very expensive, I guess. Just a few pence. But it's just for the principle of the thing. And my wife was against it.
Why?
Well, she said she was against it because the unions wanted to go on strike back in the days when the train passed every 10 years. So she said, the unions are pushing it too far. If we go on strike every 10 years, we'll never see the train again.
your wife's in the same racket, eh?
We hit it off at the railroad crossing, and then we got married. That was before it all happened.
The, boo-boo in your head.
What are you doing here?
We're looking for the end of the tunnel.
It's that way.
Enchantée. She looks like a musician.
Not bad.
Shh! Keep it down.
She's not very polite.
She'd better behave, or I'll give her a waxing and ship her off to Madame Tussauds.
Excuse me, dear everybody. May I present myself? Irene, clarinetist. I'm looking for a hideout.
Welcome to the club.
What's your request? Or are you with the band?
I'm looking for a safe place to listen to a concert by Morton Feldman.
The American composer?
I've waited 3 years to listen to this broadcast. I told myself I wouldn't sneeze until I felt that great emotion.
How's your cold?
What cold?
You haven't had a cold in 3 years? That's worth celebrating.
Not that I know of. That's all I need. I made a promise. A promise is a promise. I swore an oath, in fact.
You never blow your nose, for instance.
I hold my nose. Or if I think I'm about to, I just do this or this and just keep doing that. That's all there is to it. I cannot break an oath.
Which work are they broadcasting? Quite unexpected to meet a Feldman file in this rat hole.
His works are for solo instruments and orchestra. I particularly like the oboe, recorded under the direction of Hans Zelda. But don't worry, it's not very long.
Oh, take your time.
21 minutes tops. I'm looking for a quiet place.
And up there?
Up there, it's warm.
Warren.
They've thrown all the musicians into the sea. There's no resistance left apart from the BBC. And me, of course.
You did the right thing, coming down here.
Here it is. Oh, this is so moving. I'd better put on my headphones so as not to disturb you.
You hear that, George?
What?
It's war up there.
That's what she said. This war up there gives me the goosebumps.
They pulled out the Kalashnikovs. You hear that, George?
I'm not deaf. The proceedings have begun and the hostilities, and they took out their machine guns.
The confrontation has begun, Mum. War! War! War!
The question to ask is, who is fighting who?
Maybe the Americans have bombed Iran. Those Yanks really like the Middle East, I've noticed.
What do we care? The oil is underground. You only have to do a bit of boring. Bob, pass the bore over this way.
No, not now. You are disrupting the concert. No, now is the time to accept the war as a fact and analyze the causes.
That's true. Once war begins, it's always a long way from finishing.
Some people even complain when it ends. They get so used to playing soldiers.
The weather's gloomy and the geometry inverse. What's that? That's the sentence we must follow.
That's it.
That's the sentence.
Brilliant.
Let's give up, George. It's too difficult. Besides, chairs just don't do it for me. A chair is for sitting down. We could play musical chairs.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And if I put it together, we get sit, seat, power, authority, stability.
That's a start. What about stack?
Too unstable, about to fall over.
What about weather? What does that tell you?
It's lousy.
Not fit for a dog. Don't put your muzzle outside. Even Bobby isn't scratching at the door.
This weather calls for new tricks.
It's going to start raining cats and dogs on all these unstable chairs.
That's for sure.
We're on the right track, Oliver.
Let's see. What is our geometry doing?
Been inversed. Is that right, George?
Has it or has it not?
Inversed. It's raining tears in verse.
Falls. That was a while ago.
Inverse. That rhymes. The order is inverse.
And therefore,
This is hard, Mum. There's no rhyme or reason. Actually, that makes sense. I'm getting there. The needle's pinging like mad.
The pale, historic weather, rhymed, inverted verse. Did I say that right?
So the disorder and instability of the phenomenon generate natural and constructural disorder.
Oh, and boom! The skies have fallen on our heads.
The gods are blowing horns and hornbeams.
Neptune is throwing its trident into the sea. He no longer rules the oceans.
We have to take a break. We're overhearing it, George. We're losing it.
We're imploding.
So be it.
We have to change the proposition.
Bobby's right. Let's find another. That one was rather boring.
Okay, I propose a vote. Everyone in order of keeping the proposition, raise their hands. Everyone in order of changing it, raise their hands.
I abstain.
Why?
Neither one nor the other. I need more phrases, George. I'm sick to my stomach. This war's just killing my legs.
Take a rest.
I know I disappointed you. I never understood the concepts, George. I'm really quite small. I like girls.
And here you are. Stop wasting your life like a spoiled child.
I'm a muscle guy, an athlete, a physical type.
The Greeks were crazy about sports, but it didn't stop them from erecting the construct of reason.
Baba, I don't want to die, brother.
He's right. We're no Stoics. We want to get out of here. We still have hope.
Yeah. That's what everyone always talks about, running away. I don't get it. That you surely must understand there is nowhere where we can go. Just think about it. The goose is cooked. Give it a rest. Give it meaning.
But we're angry.
We're losing our tempers.
We don't want to be sacrificed for mud.
We'd rather ponder it all in the park, under the trees, with budding, pretty young women. We're pathetic, George.
We like Jean-Jacques Rousseau, but we're good for nothings.
I like Jean-Jacques and contemplating nature, but I don't have to go to the park to inhale oxygen to get some inspiration. I like it in the tunnel. I'm staying here.
Says he likes it in the tunnel. That's stupid!
I'm repeating what Bob said about what George said, that he likes it in the tunnel. He's the only one. What a drag. And the war? Is it over? How's it going, Bob?